All right, really excited here today. We're going to be talking about kind of the business case of Los Cuernos Wine. We've done a lot of showing us out in the wild and being with our consumers, but got some feedback on kind of like, why did you do it and kind of how did you do Los Cuernos? So we're wine lovers, we're foodies, as you say, beverage enthusiasts, and we have a lot of friends, even us, we experience this problem where you can get good wine in fine dining, maybe a wine bar and a white tablecloth. But if you go to ramen, you go to taqueria, pizzerias, burger bars, breweries, you get really, really, really bad wine. And we know, like, we are industry guys. So we worked on the restaurant side, we worked at wine bars, selling it to people, we've worked as suppliers. So we know what we're getting. And what we're getting is like really, really low quality that we don't want to drink again. And this problem was everywhere. And so we just kept dealing with it all the time. We're like, all right, we got to do something about it. Let's make great wine more available, more accessible to just more occasions. And that was kind of our key moment about deciding to do Los Cuernos. We use what's known as like first principles thinking. Elon Musk, Aristotle, John Boyd, really big worldly thinkers use first principles thinking. And in what it is if we started over right now, how would we get great wine to our consumers? And the simplest way is basically making wine, and then here's the consumer, and starting over of all the points in between from the beginning to end. We found a giant customer problem in a large addressable market. And so we knew with our first principles thinking that we were going to start over. We're going to address these three things. One, how it was made. Two, how it was packaged. Three, how it was delivered. So if you stay around with me to the end, we'll tell you how we did those three things, and we made better wine available to more consumers and more occasions. The current wine industry punishes the consumer. Like, there's a lot of mediocre wine. There's a lot of times where you'll get like an unfresh, you get like a stale glass and low quality wine, and you'll choose a beer or a cocktail or a canned cocktail all the time. So first, how was wine traditionally made? So first, you're gonna get the grapes are gonna be vintage grapes, right, from a year, say 2017, 2019, from a region, Napa, Sonoma, Paso Robles, okay? Second, it's gonna go into a bottle. So you're gonna have to buy in a bottle, you're gonna have a cork, or you're gonna have to have a certain closure, you're gonna have a label, and then you have to reprint because it's vintages. Secondly, if it's gonna be the retail environment, then it has to go through the distribution network, then it will go to fine dining, wine shops, and premise accounts. The thing I love about Los Cuernos is like they're drinking a high quality, fresh, consistent glass. And in order to do that, we did things different. And so the first thing was like how we made it, right? That we said how it's made, how it's packaged, how it's delivered. We did different things. So how we made it, they use a vintage wine from a certain year. We do a non-vintage wine, and then we do a non-appellated wine. So they're picking a certain region, Napa, Sonoma. We opened up to our winemaker more choices of vintage and more choices of places to build a consistent house style year in, year out. Secondly, we package it different. So now we don't have the cork, we don't have the closure, we don't have to reprint labels every year. The can is cheaper to transport. So now we've saved money on the packaging piece. And then the third part of it is we sell it to non-traditional restaurants. So we're going to counter service restaurants, we call it QSR. We're going to breweries, we're at taquerias, pizzerias, ramen places. And so through those three things here, we made better wine by going non-vintage, non-appellation, and building to a style with our award-winning winemaker and our team of somms. We've saved on production costs and delivery costs with the packaging. And then finally, we're putting into a channel that is marketing up less. So by doing all three of those things, we've made better wine available to consumers, and we've solved this problem. What really excites me is to see a group of people that like wine and they're eating it with their In-N-Out burger, or they're eating it with their taco, or they're having this pizza, and like you could not do this before. Like even going to the park or going to the beach, I would see tons of canned cocktails, but we couldn't have wine. Even though we wanted wine, we couldn't do it. And that is what we're proud of at Los Cuernos. Like we really made a high quality wine available to more consumers and more occasions.